Before we start the clock, may I just throw something out really quick?
No. Nice try, but no.
2 years ago.
That's never actually been tried.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
2 years ago, in this very chamber, there were kids singing at Christmas time, and we were asked to encourage the children that when they finished their singing to clap. And what clapping does, it shows support. Okay? No one here has thrown tomatoes. No one has booed. So I find the fact that we're asked not to clap, that is very, very distasteful. Because that is saying that, yes, this is exactly what I believe. And I think that is...
Turn the mic off, please, just for a second so we can start the time again. So I have also done a great deal of reading about this as well. And there are, a great deal of research about good governance practices. And while you might feel that from your perspective it's just showing support, it can stop other people from participating. And if what we're here is about being able to have our democratic right and feel that we can do that without any sense of intimidation or that you're the only one in the crowd speaking in another way, then I think that's why I ask for that. That's why I ask for that. And it has come from an extensive amount of reading in looking into it with respect to that practice. So just that's the reason why. It's not meant to be disrespectful. It's not meant to be trying to shut down support. It's trying to create a space where everyone can feel that they can come and say their piece. That's why.
How on earth could that be intimidating, though? I don't understand.
So I think it's appropriate.
Right,
I wanted to react to that just because it came up. And now you've got your 5 minutes free and clear.
Cool. Thank you. Good evening, Madam Mayor and esteemed City Council. My grandfather started a carriage repair business in Guelph in the late 1800s, and I was born in Guelph. So my heart is buried right here. I'd like to address point number 1, the vague and unclear guidelines in the bylaw that are subject to wide interpretation. What is disorderly conduct? Unreasonable noise. What decibel range is unreasonable? Some ethnic groups can speak rather loudly. It's part of their culture. Cause trouble or annoyance to another person. And this is at the sole determination of the exec director. Devin Foley from last Monday's evening was quoted in the paper noting the wordings of the bylaw allowed a wide interpretation that basically makes everything illegal as long as it annoys someone. Any bylaw must clearly inform the public on what compliance is. If it doesn't, it's poorly written and shouldn't even make it to this council chamber. Point 2, encroachment on civil liberties and fundamental freedoms. When people want to stand up against injustice and involve themselves in rallies, marches, and protests, there's a good chance that the parties may obstruct a sidewalk for a short period of time, or that it may interfere with an activity carried out by another person. Temporary structures and tents can be part of a peaceful demonstration or Occupy movement. Please write the bylaw clearly and exclude those people exercising their civic right to involve themselves in rallies, protests, and marches. Question. If I plant flowers on the boulevard at the front of my house, am I subject to a $10,000 fine? Here's a quote. To sell, rent, or barter any services, any goods or services. So that means it contravenes a bylaw for your son to play an instrument at the Guelph market to raise money to offset tuition costs at the University of Guelph. That's how loosey-goosey the law is, the bylaw is. An unemployed mother can't sell her homemade jewelry on the street to help feed her family. Quote, make permits subject to conditions as to time, location, area, equipment, number of participants, types of activities, insurance, and the permit can be revoked without notice. This is overbearing and controlling. To issue and post or refuse to issue and post signs prohibiting or restricting activities that would otherwise be permitted. And to alter signs without notice. This is infringement. It's undemocratic. The law is being written on the spot without public consultation. The bylaw totally takes control from the people of Guelph. Point 3, the social implications for the marginalized. Another question. Could a homeless person that slept in the park overnight pay his $10,000 fine with a MasterCard? Something we have to address. Has a social impact analysis been done? Federally, it costs $320 a day to incarcerate a person. What do you think we can get for it? This bylaw makes being homeless a chargeable offense. And that's unacceptable in Guelph. Point number 4, the unbridled police power. Point 13-7 states that police can close any highway or portion thereof to public travel and right of access by an owner is restricted. The bylaw controls where we can go and that we can be kept from entering our own home? No way. So the last point, who's benefiting from this bylaw? Let's first clarify a couple of words, city and city land. These people, these are the shareholders of the corporation of the city of Guelph. This is their land. It's our land, all of our land. And the role of government is to serve the people. There should actually be called the CC bylaw. It seems to be about cash and control, and clearly does not, quote, respect the well-being of persons as stated in the Municipal Act. In the mayor's wonderful speech at the Resilience Festival, she stated, the vision for our community's well-being is that we are an engaged community that creates healthy, resilient people, places, and spaces. This prospective bylaw is disrespectful, divisive, contractive, controlling, and it quashes city joy. The greatest asset that Guelph has is the spirit of the people. Guelphites are unwilling to surrender their rights and their power and their freedom. And you've witnessed this tonight. The shareholders are speaking to you very, very loudly. Of the 15 delegations, only one person has thought that this is a good bylaw. That's a pretty clear message.
Mr. Reinhart, your time is up, and I did let you go a little bit beyond.
Could I just want to, you have the last quote, you have the last word here. Because on Friday evening you said, the village won't be well till the people are well, and the people won't be well till the village is well. It's the duty of council to stand up with the mayor and make this village well. Thank you so very, very much. Thank you for listening to the people.
Thank you. Any questions for Mr. Reinhart? No questions. Thank you.